العرض التالي بعنوان قطاع الاتصالات وتأثيره في رقمنة سلسلة الإمدادات، يقدمه مدير إدارة مشاريع الاتصالات بالإدارة العامة للمواد بشركة الاتصالات السعودية STC، المهندس منصور ابن عبد العزيز الحواس. رحبوا معي بالمهندس منصور.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. مساكم الله بالخير جميعا. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. A pleasure to be here, and on behalf of SST management, would like to give our deep appreciation to our colleagues in Transport Ministry and the organizer for hosting this event. So today we are living in a very small world. By secure and reliable telecom network and the capability of this device, we'll be able to know what's going on in the world. We can do our transaction banking, we can do our trades. So telecom sector is not affecting only the supply chain and logistics, it's reshaping the entire economics of the world. So it's important to know what's the industrial revolution and what is the strategy in order to have the right tool of it. The industrial revolution started, number one, at the steam energy, which is the mechanical industry. Then industrial revolution number two take place, where the automation can place. Industrial revolution, where the electronics take the revolution number four. And the industrial revolution number take place in terms of the digitization, artificial intelligence, AI, and the cybersecurity. The industrial revolution consists of three parts. First of all is the integration values, where the mobile devices take place, IoT platform. Second is the digitization product device, big data analytics, and smart sensors. The third industrial part is the business model customer satisfactions, where the advanced human machine take place, and the authentic fraud detection. So the question is, we need to address here, what is the major growth areas that in telecom sector will have a direct impact? We have four important areas. First of all, the Internet of Things, machine to machine, where the interaction of the machine between each other take place instead of leveraging the surface for the providers. And then the big data, where how much the big data is and how can we utilize the data. The third, where can we store those data and how this data will flow from each others. And then the fourth is the attractive of marketing for the surface, where we can translate this data to a content and videos. The pursuit of digital opportunities, mobile and digital ecosystem will grow about $3.7 billion by 25. Two major identities, Internet of Things, grows $700 billion, whereas the video and content grows 25% CRGA. It's very important to know what the success factor is. It's very important to know what is the industrial areas that we need to focus on. So building the right skills for your business is the key element for business continuity. Also, the interaction of the business model between each others. The third, you need to realize your business, whether you want to insource it or outsource it, by utilizing the partnership for the business. And then, how can we scale up the business in order to reduce the cost and increase the services? Reviewing the strategy from time to time is one of the key elements. We don't want to have a sudden disruptive technology and then this business will be out of the business. Global statistics, total population 7.6. The urban station is 5.6%. Mobile subscription 4.1 billion. The penetration for it is 66%. Internet user 4.4, where the penetration is 58%. And then active mobile user for the social media mobile is 45%. If you go down scales to the JCC, for subscription penetration, and smart adoption, the percentage is quite a bit, 4% between comparison between 2018 and 25. And the technology for the adoption of the 5G, comparison between 5G and 4G is 16%. Going back to the North Africa, the comparison for the subscription penetration and the phone adoption is about 4%, whereas the 5 technologies is almost 5%. Big data is playing a big role in the telecom era for the industrial revolution. 44 zettabytes is the expected flow data in 2020, whereas in 2025, this jumped to 163 zettabytes. You can imagine, gentlemen, the size of this data to be stored is about 40 trillion DVDs. The application of the data role will be in smart grid, smart health, farming, transportation, smart mobility, and smart environment. Customer is the force of ecosystem players for digital interface. Today, in the past, customer is okay with providing service like a voice, or channel like word of mouth, or organization like trade sales. But today, the situation is completely different. Customer is looking for a wallet service, in channel online communication, and in organization online sales. Imagine, gentlemen, that for e-commerce ecosystem growth opportunities, 4 trillion sales by 21 is the forecast. The growth area will be in the hardware, internet service, and internet making retails, industrial investment, air flight logistics, and data outsourcing for the service. The revenue for the top 5 countries in the world, China comes for number 1 with revenue $700 billion US, United States then, and then Saudi Arabia is the revenue $7,000 million US. What is the composition of those revenue? Fashion, electronics, and toys take the top revenue from the key commerce. If you look from 2019 to 2024, the projection is 30% is increasing between the 2 years. We know, gentlemen, what is the impact of telecom sector in the business areas? What is the growth opportunities? And what is the revenue? But now we'd like to know what is the vision and strategy for national telecom company like STC. We are the world-class digital leader providing innovative and service platform to our customers in MENA region. We have 3 values: dynamism, devotion, and drive. Our community involvement from STC, 300 students from MESC fellowship, 90% Saudization, 3 years speed test from Okla. We have established 22 health centers, 28 new projects from Inspire You, and our CEO, Mr. Nasser, highlighted in JITEX last week, the investment fund for this project is reached to 55 million US Saudi Riyal. 2020 students joined STC Group in the program. In terms of the business, our customer in the mobile, 16.7 million, and the fixed, 1.87 million. We have 221 branches, and we had 100% populations areas. STC subsidiaries, we have 11 subsidiaries, each one of them dedicated to the special business in order to increase the service for our customers. For example, STC Pay is concentrated into transaction banking like e-wallet. Integral for IB video products. We have, for example, channel concentrate in sales and distributions, and also we have acquisitions in Vivas Bahrain and Kuwait. Our global footprint, headquartered in Saudi Arabia. We have Kuwait, acquisition 51%, Bahrain 100%, and Malaysia 25% acquisition. Our strategy there, تجرأ. D is the digitalize the operation capabilities, where A is accelerate core asset performance, R, reinvent customer experience, and E, expanding aggressively the scale and scope. This strategy is aligning with Saudi Vision 2030 and National Program 2020 in order to have the connectivity platform and still the innovation change and also provide the boost of the business to customer growth. We'll have a short video from our CEO talking about the SEC strategy and also the fiber optics project.
We are well equipped to unleash that potential and to serve the Vision 2030. IoT globally is becoming the norm of the enablement of Industry 4.0, where the number of IoT devices between 2025 and 2030 is ranging between 30 to 50 billion. We believe that this will radically not only transform the telecom business itself, but will transform other industries, enable the automation, enable smart cities, whether smart homes, smart parkings, AVLs, automatic vehicle locations, all type of industrial and cities applications. Today, with the proliferation of the IoT, this brings its own challenge from cybersecurity. Today, the OTT play is a de facto, so it is a challenge that's being put on the telco provider. So the only way for telco provider to thrive is to accept that challenge and grow beyond the conventional and traditional services. As part of the National Transformation Plan, NTP 2020, there is huge plans to invest in the fixed infrastructure. Today, one of the challenges in Saudi Arabia is that these hungry applications are consuming a lot of bandwidth. The government under the NTP has triggered two actions in parallel. One of them is to award more spectrum to the operators. The other one, there is a new fiber setup in the country. We were lagging behind, but as part of the 2020 National Transformation Plan, there will be more than 2 million households served by 2020 by high-speed fiber. Having more spectrum in the wireless domain, coupled with more fixed infrastructure, will relieve the networks and add a better services and better speeds. The conventional and traditional services of the telecom industry has been challenged. This is not only regional, this is globally. There are huge digitization efforts.
Gentlemen, STC in each year, they have remarkable achievements. In 2013, we acquisition Bravo, specialized today. In 2014, we launched 5 billion program Sukuk, 15 STC being the integrated key players in the region. In 2016, we acquisition Viva Kuwait, 51%. We branded value number 1 from ME. In 2018, we launched STC Bay, and 2019, STC launched the 5G services. So the question is, what is the contribution of STC in digital supply chain, and what is the successful transformation program? All of you gentlemen knows that the supply chain is cross-functional and integrated function between the demand and supply, between the customer and the suppliers. So we sit as a supply chain teams to set the portfolio and the strategy based on the strategy of STC in order to have the 3 main important benefits. One is the top line, to increase the sales through, for example, better shelf availability, COPEX margin, through, for example, reduce the supply chain cost, and capital employed through the lowering the capital invested, an example like for optimizing the asset planning and utilization. We started in 2016 by assisting our capabilities in supply chain through the 8 dimensions as shown in the graph. And this is to address 3 key challenges. First is the financial performance. We need to utilize all the assets in all operating areas. Customer experience, we need to look for the customer feedback and what is the complaint. digital capabilities by eliminating all the manual works and to set the integrations in the systems, and then operating model between STC and STC subsidiaries. And based on those challenges, we set the strategic aspiration through the fulfill of the STC strategy by enhancing the financial performance and enhancing the customer experience, and also digitalize all the operation capabilities. The 5 priorities of the supply chain have been set. First of all, to establish the end-to-end model of supply chain. Second is to consolidate the supply chain into 5 supply chain types. And then third is to rationalize the warehouse and the flow of the logistics. Third, reinforce the planning, forecasting, and inventory management. And the fifth is to establish the reverse supply chain business. This is one of the priorities. We started at the beginning of the program by 11 supply chain. And today we have 5 consolidated supply chain in order to reduce the cost and increase the service to our customers. The first one is B2C, where it's business to customer. Second is general supply. Third is the B2B, which is business to business. And the fourth and fifth, network infrastructure and operation. And these 2 things are being outsourced to our suppliers to provide the spare parts and maintain all the infrastructure network for the company. Supply chain have been defined in 3 phases. We began as the basic material management action. Today, we are integrated supply chain management, and we're heading to be a digital platform in order to contribute to the national program and vision of Saudi Arabia 2030. Based on the assessment that took place in 2016, we launched many activities and many projects in order to launch and all the supply chain values and also the supply chain expectations that have been defined at the beginning of the project. The output, gentlemen, from this project, STC launched My STC app and online. The customer can be able to see all the STC products in terms of the mobile or cards, providing the services or all the control for the service. And also, we launched the service machine that's been distributed in all district areas. And from that, we have the program رقمنة فروقنا اليوم in order to improve for our customer that we'll be able to serve our customer through our online premises. This, gentlemen, will not be happen unless we have doing our homework in terms of the logistic network. So at the beginning of the project, our warehouses was 22, and the end state will be 7. Where we review our distribution centers, store, service customers, and also in terms of the inventory planning. After discussion between our business line internally inside STC, we'll be able to reduce it and have saving by 251 million Saudi riyal. Capital employed have been reduced at the end of 2019 to 150, and this has have a direct impact on the capital cost by 60%. In terms of the planning also budget, this had been reduced to 50%. Turnover ratio for one of the core business or core product in CBEs went up from 2.8 to 5.4. Monthly stock for CBEs went down from 3.5 to 2.2. Handset also went down to 1 month. All of this, gentlemen, projects and achievements have a direct impact to the last mile delivery to our customers. Our target was 24 hours. We'll be able to reach our customer within half an hour. We applied vendor management inventory, and that will give us a lease to transfer the product from the warehouse of our suppliers to STC by 7 days, and for an international also lead time from 100 days to 90 days. So the question, gentlemen, what is the services and products will be provided from STC in the future? Another short video for this regards.
تشارك STC السنة هذه في مؤتمر الجوال العالمي MWC 2019 في برشلونة للعام السادس على التوالي في جناح متنوع غزاري. حصل على يمينه هذه السعودية اللي تعرض التنوع الثقافي والجغرافي في مملكتنا، والتنوع هذا هو سر وحدتنا وتماسكنا كشعب سعودي متحد في مجلس تراثي. كذلك مستضيفين فنانة معانا من جمعية التراث السعودي، خدمات تفاعلية المصاحبة تعرض أحدث تقنيات شبكات الاتصال اللي موجودة ومعروضة في البلد.
تجربة الجيل الخامس من خلال تقنية الطيران الذاتي ذاتية القيادة، ذلك من خلال استخدام الجيل الخامس فيها. ستمر هذه التجربة في مجمع الاتصالات المجمع الذكي، ومنها ينتقل إلى معالم مدينة المملكة في مدينة الرياض، نعرض من خلالها تجربة الواقع الافتراضي للجيل الخامس، ومنها سيارات ذاتية القيادة، أيضاً الاجتماعات الافتراضية الهولوجرام، وهذه إحدى التطبيقات للجيل الخامس في هذه المرحلة التي تعمل STC دائماً للحصول على أفضل التجارب لعملائها الكرام.
باستخدام تقنية AR أو Augmented Reality للفيلد اوبريشن تكنيشنز. طبعا هذه التقنيه راح تكون موجوده في جوال التكنيشن هيمسلف، وراح يكتب تيكت نمبر وتظهر لك كل الانفورميشن اللي يحتاجها عشان يسوي الاصلاحات اللازمه للمشكله او العطل الموجود. باستخدام التقنيه هذه راح تساعدنا كثير جدا في رفع مستوى الخدمه لدى العملاء وتسريع الفيكسيشن بروسيس للتيكت.
قصة الحجاج وتطبيق القصة هذه من خلال الكراود اناليسيس للحجاج، فنقدر نشوف هنا تحرك الحجاج في المشاعر نزولا إلى التحرك في الشوارع، توزيع قدوم الحجاج من كل دول العالم وكل القارات في الكرة الأرضية.
العرض المقدم هو يخدم المرافق مثل شركات المياه والكهرباء فيما يتعلق أنظمة العدادات القديمة، بإضافة الحلول البسيطة هذه عبارة عن كاميرا ذكية تأخذ قراءة في العداد كصورة وتحولها إلى أرقام تبين قيمة استهلاك للعداد في الوقت الحالي، ومن خلالها ترسل المعلومات إلى الIoT كلاود عن طريق الIoT جيت واي، ومن خلالها يستطيع المرافق ذات العلاقة الاطلاع على الاستهلاك خلال اليوم، وكذلك العميل يعطاه خاصية الاطلاع.
تقنية RPA Robotic Process Automation تقنية تساعد في تحسين تجربة العملاء وزيادة الكفاءة للموظفين STC، وتم عرضها في معرض MWC 2019.
Gentlemen, thank you for listening, and we are happy to receive your questions in STC booth. Thank you very much.